DJ, come on. Hey, DJ, come on. Hey, DJ. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Come on. Come on, party. Oh, come on, Chris. Oh, yeah. Come on. Hey. Oh, yeah. Hey. Oh, yeah. Hey. Oh, yeah. Go. Hey, DJ. Oh, yeah.
Ready? Go! Ready? Go!
STPL.
Hello guys and welcome to today's STPL. My name is Kix. You are joining me for day number 3 of week 4. We weren't due to have 3 days this week, but I was kind of exhausted on Wednesday, so I only did one series. Not sure how long this series is going to be, but we've got 2 of the best foreign teams coming your way today. We have iRk and Ash. Should be pretty fun to watch this series for certain. Just going to very quickly tweet out the fact I should have done this first, but as always I'm not prepared. I even stopped what I was doing before I started streaming about 20 minutes before, and I'm still somehow not ready. I am so bad, but 1 second. So join us as we are. The other thing is I completely forgot, because I wasn't due to be streaming this week, to actually put an event on Team Liquid. So I'm hoping that some kind soul will be able to do it for me and accept it. But there we go. We've got everything ready. Right, to go through the matchups we've got for today. Starting us off, we're going to have a PvZ. It's going to be Whistler versus Dreamer, as a matter of fact. I need to quickly, I think, reset this and then do it again. So if we do reset, that's 4. This. That should now be up to date. There we go. Dreamer stepped in for Yeti at the last minute. I think Yeti had something come up, but that's one of the things of having a global tournament. Things like that happen. You do have substitutions, and that is all okay. We're then going to have a PvP between Oya and Ranged. We're then going to have a ZVP between KameZerg and Dewalt. KameZerg and KwarK. And then we're going to have a PvZ between Dewalt and SquaLL. So I'm actually looking forward to all of these. I think the Dewalt game is going to be interesting because SquaLL is a very, very good Zerg player. But can he stand up against the might of Dewalt? That's a question I'm looking forward to finding out the answer to. Let's introduce our first couple of players. Starting us off here for iRk, it's going to be Whistler. He's played 10 games. He's played 2 games against Protoss, both 50% win rate. Pretty good for him. His average game duration against Protoss is quite low. It's only around 9 minutes. His opponent is going to be Dreamer. He has played considerably more games with a win ratio that is not anything to be scoffed at, but not quite 50%. His PvZ, he seems to come across very strong opponents quite often, so his win rate isn't as good there either. But Dreamer, definitely a very strong Protoss player on the Ashe roster, and I'm looking forward to seeing how he's going to do. We're heading into our first map. It's going to be Judgment Day. Judgment Day plays out quite interestingly. We'll talk about it when we get into the game, but we have had 12 EVPs here. It's 6 for 6, so this is almost like a decider. It's kind of cool that we've had so many ZVPs here, to be honest, because we've got a lot of data to go by, and I'm looking forward to it. So let's get into it. It's game number 1, Dreamer versus Whistler, here on Judgment Day. Okay, starting us off up here in the top left-hand position, we have in the purple, fighting for Ashe, it's Dreamer. Down here in the bottom left-hand corner, in the black, fighting for iRk, it's Whistler. Okay, we have seen a lot of ZVPs recently in the STPL. We see a lot of overpulls, we see a lot of gate expands. So we are going to have a Forge fast. No, this is going to be a gate expand again by Dreamer, so very, very standard play. But we have a 9 pull coming in for Whistler now. If Dreamer does not get his wall up in time, this could be a dangerous game. But hopefully that's not going to be a problem. It could be an issue if he misscouts here. If he goes for Nexus first, he may as well GG now. He is up at 10 supply. He's not sent a probe to build a gateway just yet. This is getting a little bit scary. If he tries to 12 next against Whistler's 9 pool, he will die. And it looks like that's exactly what he wants to try and do. This is such a greedy play to do. And this could end up being one of the fastest games in STPL history, because he is building a Nexus on 11 supply maybe. Yeah, he is building a Nexus here. An 11 Nexus, not even a 12 Nexus. And there are going to be 6 lings popping out of these very, very shortly. And he is going to have no defense whatsoever. He has a Forge coming up. But he is he's not mis-scouting, he's unfortunately not scouting in the correct direction. and he is about to get drone scouted as well. Dreamer, if he can pull all of his probes in time and get some cannons up, he is going to be in a good spot. But he is going to have absolutely no information whatsoever, and these Lings are very likely to end the game. Whistler is going for an expansion behind this, so it's not fully all in. But I don't think he even needs to be all in. The first cannon is coming up. He's got absolutely no idea what's coming. Build the gateway. If you build the gateway and block with probes, maybe you can make something happen, but you need more probes up here. He is about to see the Lings, and this is going to be game over. There's nothing he can do to save the cannon. The second cannon's going to go down as well, and he's got no gateway to build any zealots. GG. Dreamer taps out, and Whistler takes a very fast game number 1.
Ready? Ridge Racer!
Okay guys, welcome back. We had a very fast game number 1, and that game number 1 actually made it into the top 5 shortest games of all time in the STPL. It actually sits itself at 3rd place, which is not really something you often can say. That was a very, very fast build order loss. It does happen. There's not really too much you can do about it when you're playing, but it's one of those things. It's a little bit of a shame we didn't get a nice... Oh, yeah, my stream did my event get accepted? Because I forgot to submit an event until about 20 minutes ago? No, 30 minutes ago, and no one's accepted it yet. I asked in like the Brood War staff chat, and no one responded, so we'll go without the TL thing today until someone can approve it. Hopefully someone will approve it, you never know. But either way, we're going to be heading into game number 2. It's a PvP between Oya and Ranged here on Blindside, so looking forward to it. We've had quite a lot of PvPs on this map. This is going to be our 10th one throughout STPL history. Realistically, it's not the most. When you look at something like Troy, when we had that in the STPL, that was a lot more. I do want to put Troy back in the STPL. I love Troy. Troy is so fun. One of the best maps ever made, in my opinion, but still, let's get into it. Game number 2, Oya versus Ranged. Let's go. Okay, starting us off here in the 12 o'clock position, we do have the red Protoss player fighting for iRk. It's Oya. And his opponent spawning down here in the 6 o'clock location in the blue, fighting for Ash. It's ranged. Now the one problem we've got is ranged and a few other people can't actually make clan tags because Blizzard have changed something, which means you can't have dots, I think, in the name or something like that. Some of the StarCast guys are having the same issue, so we're going to see a few people who don't have their clan tags this season. There's not really, yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, we will have some people, sorry, I'm majorly distracted again today. We will have some people not clan tagged up. Not the biggest deal. But they have had permission from me to do so, because it is better when they've got their clan tags on. It makes it easier for me to remember what team they're on, even though I'm casting. Because as you all know me by now, I do get heavily distracted very, very easily, especially when I've been busy at work and had a tiring day. But luckily enough, today hasn't been that bad. I am just distracted, and I don't think I ever turned the music on. I didn't. There we go. The music is starting now. I didn't notice. That's how good the Protoss music is, guys. Anyway, we're off to a good start. We had a very quick game one, so it allowed my mind to wander a little bit too much. It does happen. It's all good. We've got a core coming up for both players. No 2-gate here, but this is where things really start to diverge. Are we going to have either player go for a 3-gate? Are we going to possibly see some DT play? Now, both players do, of course, have their probes in the enemy bases, which makes it very difficult for one player to wish to go for any tech. Usually you wait until the... Oh, we got a mana pylon coming up from Oya. This is kind of interesting. You don't often see that on this map, but he's going to block one probe in. One probe is going to stop mining to do it. He isn't going for a zealot. If he had the zealot, he wouldn't be attacking with the probe at all. But that's just kind of annoying to deal with. It's going to force... He's not going to cancel, actually. So he's going to force more probes to attack this pylon. And the mining is not going to be very efficient at all. But we're going to have the same thing on the other side. So we've got both players doing the same mana stuff to themselves. I swear that isn't blocking, though. That doesn't look like it's blocking at all. Wait, a probe? Did he lose his scouting probe there? I guess his probe was just stood there for whatever reason. That's weird. I don't know why he would have done that. But now ranged is down a probe. Oya's got another mana pylon in here, which is severely messing up the mining on these two patches. Look at this. Oya came prepared. He knows exactly where to mana. And it's doing a pretty good job. Oya keeping his probe alive as well, so he can come back a little bit later and go for another one if he wants to. And the other thing is he'll get free scouting information as well. Ranged is not going to see this probe. Oh! Oh my god, he gets so close but doesn't see it. Oya is incredibly lucky. This means he is going to be able to see what tech his opponent goes for. And his tech is going to be completely hidden. And that's something to look out for. Look at this. He comes in, sees the robo, checks the other couple of pylons as well. And he's like, do you have a Citadel coming up? No, you don't. I feel good about this. He's going to lose his probe, but he knows exactly that his opponent's not going for DTs. And that is the most important thing. Although, wait, is this probe going to get away? It can't do, right? The Dragoon isn't firing for whatever reason. Oh my god, if he gets lucky on the high ground mischance. It didn't fire. Oh, there we go. It died. Okay. I thought it was going to get away. Yeah, today is the ZVP day as well. Like this season, Red. Okay, so I'm gonna let you guys into a little secret. Red for this week, on Sunday, they submitted 4 Protoss players again. And you want to know the best thing? You want to know the amazing thing about that? We didn't end up with all ZVPs or all PvPs. We actually got mostly TVPs in that series. I'm looking forward to it. because TVP is one of my favorite matchups, and I didn't really get to see much of it. There's not too many Terran players in the STPL. But it looks like the extra scout and probe is going to go down. It does not scout the fact there is a nexus here. It sees the Dragoon count. You can tell a few things from that, but it's going to be one gate expand into 2 additional gateways here, and then a robo for Oya. Oya knows he's not facing DTs, so he knows he's safe, and he is going to delay his robo as much as he needs to. Now the support bait is up. The first observer is on the way. And this is one of those moments where Range is going to really wish he kept his scouting probe alive, as he is forced to go into Observer before he can get his Reaver. Now, he is expanding himself. He does have a position in the middle of the map, which is going to give him the ability to control the flow of units. But there we go. I'm going to link you guys to something at the end of this. Basically, one of my friends in VR chat is like a filmmaker, and he makes documentaries in VR chat about various things. He did one about like a dance club that has been running for a few years, and he's recently done one that I'm going to be appearing in eventually. Like, I'm not in the trailer, but me and one of my friends got interviewed by him about the place we always go to, which is kind of cool. But it's going to be a really cool documentary, so I'm going to give you guys the trailer link. It came out today, but we do only have one gate here, which means Oya's army is actually going to be quite strong. Now Oya getting ready to push across the map. The first observer goes in, scouts exactly what he's up against. The second observer is out, and the Reaver is on the way as well. Where is the second observer though? I wonder. I kept it at home because he wasn't sure there was no DTs. He couldn't tell. That's why he built the second observer. Now the problem he's going to have is, can Oya just break through with the amount of units he has? He's got a lot of Dragoons right now, so if he can break the natural, it could very well be game over very, very fast again. Now iRk and Ashe, I think a lot of people definitely put iRk as the favourites. Ashe are doing well this season though. iRk are obviously still doing well as well. They're at the top of the leaderboard, but that Reaver should be enough to make Oya turn around. And look at this, he turns around before he even takes any hull damage. That is the sign of a good Protoss player. A sign of good unit movement as well. Now, of course, the observer in the main base is going to get snow. Oh, can he get away? This is actually very impressive if he gets away. Nice timing. Does get away from that. He does see the fact there is a Reaver coming though, so he knows to watch out for that a little bit later on. Now, the way Range has sent out his base, he's actually got pretty good vision over the right hand and top hand side of his base. He's even got this pylon here, as you'll see. Like, whenever the Reaver comes in from whatever angle, he should be able to see it, which is so important. Now, is it going to be double Reaver here? Looks like it is. I mean, that's fairly standard. We've got an additional 3 gateways coming in, but this is going to still leave him behind Oya, who's now on 6 gateways to his name. He's adding those additional 3 for his first 3. Oya will, of course, be down in the Reaver count, but he's going to be ahead in pretty much every other way. He's ahead in supply at the moment. He's not ahead in probes, which is impressive by Range. Range did lose a couple of probes early on, and he's still ahead, which is very, very good. Looks like he's been more consistently building probes, whereas Oya has kind of stopped on his 43 to build up his gateway count a little bit quicker. Now, that's not necessarily a bad thing. There's obviously a limit to how many probes you should get on 2 bases. Getting a 3rd base in PvP is very difficult, especially on a map like Blindside, but I do wonder if we're going to see that from either player. Looks like we do have Range getting ready to push out into the middle of the map again. He's got his second Reaver, but where did his shuttle go? His shuttle seems to have disappeared. Oh, damn, he had a shuttle in the main base. He actually did a load of damage with it as well. That is entirely my bad. I'm completely blind. I'm gonna... You know what? We are... we'll go back to it and watch it afterwards. He just killed 13 probes, which is really impressive, and I can't believe I missed it. I was like, where's this shuttle gone? It's disappeared, and then it's on the other side of the map. Oh my goodness. This is why it's a struggle. World's best observer. Now, he did lose the shuttle and the Reaver, so it looks like Oya is going to feel a little bit safer to move out on the map. He does not have shuttle speed just yet. It's almost about to finish. But that does mean if there's no second shuttle here, there's going to be no Reavers. Looks like the second shuttle will just come in. As long as Range can hide on the high ground here, then he should, realistically, be able to hold on. But it's going to be quite difficult. There's obviously a lot of units. Let's zoom out a little bit. Nice Scarab from Ranged to start us off here, but Oya still in a good spot. Another probe going down. That was a very nice scouting probe, by the way, to see if the units went up here. But looks like he is going to hold his high ground pod here. This is actually going to give him the chance to take a third base as well. So I think that's what we're going to see. Ranged is definitely in the lead at the moment. But looks like we are going to have possible... it looks like he didn't do any damage with that. But he went for a little bit of possible harassment there. The probes have been pulled away, which means they are not mining in the main base at the moment. He does need to send them back. But looks like you're going to get ready to come back in, see if he can do some damage. But luckily enough for Ranged, he sent his probes back late. So, this could actually be quite bad though. Oh, this could be very bad. All the probes are going to stack up. Looks like he tried to get a... oh my god, if he could kill these buildings, that would be incredible. Let's get away though. Spreading his units out, just trying to check for anything that he can find. You can see the usage of these vision blocking tiles there, making Oya's units effectively blind when they're in there without an observer. Looks like we are going to have another little bit of harassment coming in, and unluckily for Oya, he's moved his units away from the path it's taken. Can he get in and do more damage? Ranged is looking very strong in this game so far, but with one less Reaver here, it's going to be a little bit harder to defend the Nexus. The other Reaver does not have a shuttle with it either, and it's going to be 2 Reavers with no shuttle against 2 Reavers and a bunch of goons. So I don't think this is going to go very well for Ranged, but while this is going on, we've got a drop in the main base. Another lot of probes do go down. Oh my god, he gets a massive Scarab there. He's going to fly to the natural here. Will he be able to get past the units? It's going to be tough. No, he's going to have to turn around. And will he get away with the Reaver? Looks like he will do. So that's pretty good. Looks like we did have the Reavers pushed away. Actually, Oya lost the Reavers here in the initial attack. So Range is pulling a little bit further ahead. Definitely doing a very good job here against one of the best foreign Protoss players. Oya pulling his probes back, but he's now almost half the probes of his opponent. Goons completely blind in the forest there, getting caught off guard and taken out by Oya. And it looks like Oya is going to look to try and push through the small choke into the base again. There is a Reaver here. I don't necessarily think this is the best choice. He does... oh, sorry. He did save his Reavers from before. I just couldn't find the shuttle. I'm not very good at looking at shuttles here, but we've got another push. He only kills the one probe. The other probes do get away. Looks like we are going to have a push coming in. Looks like not going to be able to break through here. Probes being pulled up here to help tank some damage. The Reaver, of course, from range did get away. Dragoons heading on down here. Dragoon just kind of checking out, but Oya's coming in from a much better angle this time. 2 Reavers against 1. There is no shuttle here, so that Reaver is going to go down. Looks like the shuttle goes down, though, for Oya. Does Oya just have way too many units here? The supply count is much better for range, but it's mostly probes. Oya coming in with a massive arc. So few units available. Looks like we've got a drop going on at the same time. If he can kill all of Oya's probes, maybe he can make something happen here. Dragoon eats the first Scarab. Dragoon eats the second Scarab. And it will die to the third. But looks like the defender's advantage may be coming in here. Oya, of course, does have his third base up and running as well. But the main army of Ranged is dead. The supplies are so close. And it looks like we do still have the shuttle with the Reaver. So he's going to be able to go and do some more harassment. There's 2 High Templar here that aren't going to do anything. But can Ranged hold on to his front? It's going to be such a weird base trade here. The Reaver going to attack a... Okay, he needs to fly this away. He's a little bit busy, though. His third base is dead. His natural looks like it's about to fall as well. But this Reaver just killed an Archon. That's kind of impressive. But it killed it before it walked in, but still, looks like the main bulk of Ranged's army is going to be able to stop Oya from getting into his main. But that's about as far as he's going to go. We do have Storm, of course, available for Oya, but Oya is down in... Well, he's actually ahead in workers now. He's ahead in pretty much every way. He's up 2 bases. They may not be mining, but they're still nexuses. And they can all build probes. Now, Ranged, who was so far ahead in one swell move by Oya. Oya brings himself back into the game and in a very strong position. Ranged, of course, had a lot of probes, but unfortunately, he wasn't able to build as many units as he needed. Now, Ranged is going to find himself trapped in his main base. This is going to be tough to get out from. He is going to build a couple of Reavers. He's only going to go with one, though. Looks like he wants to do a little bit more harassment to see if he can get in on the probes here and do a little bit more damage. But the Reaver realistically needs to be used to attack the front. Now, funnily enough... Oh, there is an observer. Okay. No, that's not going to work. D2's going to die. Oh my god, this is actually going to be a lot of damage. There's nothing to defend these units. The probes. He's attacking the wrong probes. Turn around. Don't attack those ones. Oh, that's not going to do anything. That is going to bug. It looks like he is going to fly his Reaver back. He's trying to go for the Templar Archives, but I don't think that's going to work very well. The Shoal getting very low. Does need to be careful. Still unable to break out, but looking to try and get an engagement. But look at this. Oh my god, that Dragoon just took so many high ground hits. That is insane. Oh yeah, now the one doubling his opponent's supply in workers. Can he get away? Ranged leaves the game. GG. Ranged taps out on Oya. Wins an almost unwinnable game to win game number 2. Okay guys, welcome back. We're here for game number 3, starting us off down here in the bottom right hand corner in the yellow, fighting for Ash. It's KwarK. And his opponent spawning up here in the bottom, the top left hand corner in the blue, fighting for iRk. It's Kame. Oh, and I forgot the music again. There we go. Just while we're kind of getting into the game, I'd just like to say that Metroid Dread came out on Switch this morning at 12 AM. For me, it was yesterday at 4 PM, which is great because it's great because essentially I got it at 4 PM, but like on before release day for me, but it's because I bought it from Japan. But it is very good. It is incredibly good. If you like Metroid, if you like 2D action games, Metroid Dread is incredible. I played so much of it already. The chat going on right now is really funny, especially given how bad the UK is as well. Like, KwarK is probably in a worse position for COVID if he's in the UK, but I don't know. KwarK says SD webs here. Okay, we do have an overpull coming in from KameZerg. Wait, is this? Yeah, this is an overpull. Very standard build so far. We've got a Forge Fast Expand coming in for KwarK. KwarK is going double cannon because he has not scouted his opponent yet. KwarK seeing weird map. I suppose that's normal. Yeah, if you haven't seen this map before, there are neutral D-webs in the middle of the map. I'm just going to show you guys just in case you didn't see it in the map preview. There we go. It's called Holy World. There is a pentagram with D-webs in the corners. And then you have an infestival command center in the middle. Now, funnily enough, we have KameZerg attacking with his lings to the wrong base. So unfortunately for him, he's not going to get any damage done. Now, of course, as we know, there's also 2 cannons here, so 6 lings are going to do nothing. I think they do, like, some of them do check, and I think, like, KwarK did check as well, because he was talking to me about the map pool before, but I think he's just pointing out there's D-webs. I think it's a weird map, I don't know. Okay, we got the lair coming up in the natural, which is a bit of a weird choice, but I guess maybe he thought that he'd be able to stop KwarK's probe from getting back out of the base or something, or maybe he just wants the extra health on his hatchery. This is the map I've said before that you can get 4 bases very easily by just holding your natural, so it wouldn't surprise me to see a wall get put up here by Kame just to hold on, and the lair will obviously give him a little bit of extra survivability. Meanwhile, KwarK is going for a Cybercore, getting ready to go into a Stargate most likely first, given he has got kind of a lack of information at the moment. He does of course have his probe still alive on the map, which is very good for this stage in the game, but he's probably not going to be able to get back into the main base to see what's going on. He of course did see the fact the lair is coming up. He doesn't know if there's a second gas, he doesn't know if there's a third base, or a third hatchery anywhere, and he doesn't know if there's a Hydra den, which is the important one. But KwarK doing a pretty good job with his probe. Just making sure that everything is as it should be. Just on a side note, a big thank you to our sponsors, Esport Fund, and Matrino for helping us with the prize pool. There's still some codes left on the Matrino. If you want to go head over to put in a code, you can wait for the link to pop up in chat and then enter the code. Well, you just press claim code, log in with one of your accounts, all above board, and you can add 30 cents to prize pool completely free. We're going for a $2,500 prize pool goal this season. The highest we've had so far is $2,000, so I'm hoping we can get a little bit closer to the goal this time, and we can get that to $2,500, because that would be incredible. Seoul are not in this season as well, so they definitely won't be taking all the money. They did win the last 4 seasons, of course, so if you are interested, head on over to the Metrino and please do add some money towards the prize pool. Currently, iRk are the strongest team. They are quite far ahead of the table, along with Naz as well. Both of them currently on 3-0. This is iRk's 4th match. If they can win here without dropping a set, they will be going 16-0 in the group so far, which is insane. And it does lead them to a very strong position moving into the playoffs as well, because whoever finishes the group stage first is immediately seeded into the grand finals. So it's a very important group stage. Every single match counts, and Wiko are going to be ruined the day they accidentally let iRk get a full walkover because they messed up the time. Now, iRk are a strong enough team that they can beat Wiko anyway, but they got a quick 4-0, which is always good for players who want to go high in the group, you know. iRk are currently the only team that's undefeated so far in the STPL Season 5. Naz are also on 3-0, and so are Ash, but both Naz and Ash have dropped sets, and of course if Ash cannot win the next 2 games, they will be losing this series, so that's something to look out for as well. We do have a Scourge chasing down the Corsair. One Scourge don't actually hit, but the Corsair does get away, which is good for KwarK, of course. We do have Storm coming up. We've only got 1 gateway at the moment, or 2 gates. 3rd and 4th. 3rd and 4th are on the way, but interestingly, KwarK is kind of building his pylons in a weird place, so his gateways aren't going to be in the best locations. I guess I'll have to use this pylon, build them here. Meanwhile, back at home, KwarK is now up to 6 hatcheries. The lair is done. Overlord Speed is coming in. Hydra Den is done as well. And we do, of course, have the Spire, but he's not going for any upgrades there. It is going to be just a Hydra mid game here for KameZerg. Is he going to go for another main? Another natural? iRk Kame is KameZerg, yes. He's just shortened his name. Now, we've got a boy that I love. It's a Dark Archon coming in. I do love this unit. Probably, with the Ghost, my favorite unit in the game. Now, unfortunately, a Dark Archon on its own with no energy is not really going to help out against these Hydras. Does he have enough Storm? Or are we going to see a very quick victory here? This is so many Hydras. Like, Zerg can get a ridiculous number of Hydras off of 3 bases. It's crazy. Now we do have a high template. Oh my god, that Storm is good. That's a good Storm, but the cannons are going down. Do we have any more Storm energy? Looks like we've got 1 more Storm at the back. He's having to storm the front Hydralisks, but it's really the ones at the back he wants. There is going to be a Maelstrom at, I think it's 100 energy, might be 75, I can never remember. But if he can somehow hold on, do we have +1 attack? We do have +1. +2 is going to be cancelled though. Nice Storm coming in. Should probably, well, I guess he can't really afford to wait for the Maelstrom. Now, as long as Kame can hold on to his natural here, he will have a 3rd base and a 4th. Now, we do have another Storm coming in. That's a bit of a whiffed one, but it forces the Hydras away for just a moment. More and more Hydras coming in. No more Storms. We will have the Dark Archon coming into play. A nice snipe on the... Oh, there we go. There's a nice Maelstrom. Unfortunately, not getting as many as he'd maybe want to. Is he going to storm on top of the Maelstrom Hydras? Looks like he's not. The Maelstrom's going to wear out, and this High Templar is not going to be storming. Oh, but that's a pretty good storm there. But I think the tides have turned a little bit too much here. I don't see how our poor Protoss player can hold on here. I mean, we do have a pretty good job by KwarK, but KameZerg is just too strong, and the amount of Hydras heading across the map here to make this worse and worse. The only thing that could make this better is if he infested the command center in the middle. The Dark Archon is still alive. There are more cannons coming in. He's still not dead technically, but he is certainly behind where he wants to be. Zealots are coming out. They don't actually have Zealot leg speed already. Zealot leg speed isn't finished yet, and that's a big problem. He's got no Storm. It's going to be so hard for Storm to come in. Cannons are going to come in, which is going to help him defend. KameZerg is not all in, but he still does have to do more damage than this, I would say. But KwarK does not have an army. He does not have a standing army at all. And this is not looking good. The cannons get cancelled out immediately. Lurkers morphing in front of Kame's base. He knows that KwarK doesn't have enough to deal with the Lurkers. He obviously did use that to save the Hydras. But GG. KwarK taps out. KameZerg wins the game. Wins the series for iRk. But we still have game number 4. As we get back after this short break.
I need to go just as bad as you. What I had this morning, I don't even wanna say to you. Kick, punch, turn, and chop the door. Kick, punch, turn, shut door. Or I will fall to the floor. Or I will fall to the floor. I fall to the floor. Kick, punch, turn, and chop the door. Kick, punch, turn, shut door. I will fall to the floor. Or I fall to the floor. Or I fall. No way. I've been sitting in my car, yes, now for days. Did you check the toilets on the right? Did check the toilet on, did check, right? Did you check the toilets on the left? Did check the toilet on, did check, left? Did you check the toilets on the right? Did check toilets on, did check the right? Did you check the toilets on the left? Did check toilet on, did check on left? Okay, you win.
Ribbit, I can't hold it. Last toilet with me have me already sold it. In the rain or in the snow, I got the funky flow, but now I really got to go.
In the rain or in the snow, you got the funk flow, you got the funky, but now you really got it up. But now
The toilet over there will bring you luck, so give up, I got no time to spare.
the toilet over there will bring up the toilet. So give up, I got time to spend. I got no.
In the rain or in the snow, I got the funky flow, but now I really got to go.
In the rain or in the snow, you got the funk flow, but now
The toilet over there will bring you luck, so give up, I got no time to spare.
the toilet over there will bring up the toilet there. So give, I got time to spend. I got time to.
I'm me losing up, I'm out of here.
Walk the walk, even if you can't just talk the talk. I got a call. I am a chicken from the kitchen, and I ain't kidding, although nothing is written.
You sick from kids and you hit on and you not written nothing. You are sick from not written nothing. You are sick nothing and you ain't.
Crack, break, fix the door, you know. I gotta go, so yes, open up, you know.
Crack, break, fix. I got go open. You know. Crack, break, fix. I got open. I got go open. I got the.
I am a chicken from the kitchen, and I ain't kidding, although nothing is written.
You sick from and you hit on not written nothing. You are sick and you hit and not written. You are and you nothing. You are and you nothing is.
Crack, break, fix the door, you know. I gotta go, so yes, open up, you know.
Crack, I got open. I got the crack, break, fix the open. I got go, crack, open. You know. I got go, open up.
It's all yours.
This is life.
Oh, I muted the wrong bit. Okay, starting us off here in the top left-hand corner, we have one of the best 2 foreign Protoss players, the best foreign player currently in the rankings of the STPL. We have iRk's Dewalt, sitting at 2nd in the yellow rankings, more wins than any other player. This is truly the king of Protoss kings of the foreign scene in STPL. Bonneth isn't too far behind him, but he's not playing this season, and he's not played nearly as many games as Dewalt has. Starting us off in the top right-hand corner, fighting in the pink for Ash, it's SquaLL. SquaLL, of course, a very strong Zerg player from back in the day. Has been playing for Ash since the last season, has been doing a pretty good job for them as well. He's one of the only players who have taken a game off of... Who did he play against and win? He played a ZVZ against True Touch and won that, which was very, very impressive. CVP, he's 5-4, 55% win rate. But the problem is iRk, well, Dewalt. When you look at Dewalt's win rate, he is currently 18 for 8, a 69% win rate over over Zerg even. Dewalt has won his last 3 ZVP. Oh wait, hold on. Oh wait, no, he actually lost his last PvZ. He lost against Zeon Zerg on Charmander in Season 4 even. I completely forgot about that. But I think out of the players that we've seen today, these two are probably going to lead to the best game, at least I'm hoping. I really want to see Ash win a game. I want to see SquaLL be able to win a game as well, especially against a player of Dewalt's caliber. But it's going to be rough. It's going to be tough. Is SquaLL going to be able to do it? Of course, if Dewalt wins this game, which I think a lot of people are expecting, iRk will continue their unbeaten streak in Season 4, Season 5 even. Oh my god, I'm not good at remembering the season numbers at all. And if he can do that, then of course, going unbeaten in an entire season is looking like it could be a possibility for iRk. And Seoul have never actually gone completely clean slate. They've always lost a few games here and there, whereas iRk could be about to go 16-0 in the group stage, which is ridiculous. There we go, looks like we are going to have the first 2 links try and break in, but not really going to be able to find anything. Pull back before either of them die. SquaLL going for his 3rd hatchery at his 3rd base. Well, his 3rd hatchery is actually his natural, and then of course his natural hatchery moved down here because the probe was blocking. Dewalt getting ready to expand, going into a nexus behind his gate first. Now, the first zealots, I believe, are about to run out onto the map. I think they're out on the map somewhere, but... Oh no, they're actually here. There we go. He's going to go out with the first 3 zealots. Some Lings going to come around, see if they can get in, do some damage. Looks like the probe getting ready here to build the forge. Going to be blocked by the 2 Lings. Is Dewalt going to pull back? Yes, he does. I think this is actually a bit of a mistake. He does have to deal with the 3 Lings, but I think it may be better to just attack with what you have and then force some more Lings out. But Dewalt definitely knows more than me, so I'm not going to question his judgment. Looks like Dewalt going to send a couple of his zealots back. No, he's actually going to pull everything back. This is kind of a weird one. I guess he doesn't really know what his opponent's doing, so he's not sure if there's more Lings coming. And speed in a normal game should be finishing up fairly soon. Looks like we did have... Well, we've got a very fast Hydra in here, so SquaLL is going to be going for a Hydra Burst, given he's not gone for a lair just yet. The probe's doing a pretty good job killing one of the Lings. Thank you, legit Cot. Good to see you again, man. Unfortunately, this is going to be the last game of today, so you've turned up a little bit late. And it wasn't on TL, which is entirely my fault. I completely forgot to, like, put the calendar, the event calendar in, because I was planning on casting this series on Wednesday, and I was just so tired, I really couldn't be bothered. I couldn't manage it. I was so tired, I was just like, no, I can't do it. But now we're at the weekend, work calmed down a little bit, I've got more energy today. But I am looking for a relaxing weekend this week. I've got Metroid Dread to play as well, it's going to be great. We've got no Forge just yet. He didn't make his Forge as part of his wall. This is actually going to help him a little bit later on, because when he gets Hydra Busted, he's not going to lose his upgrade. Lots of Lings coming in, of course. This is just to deal with the initial Zealots, who will be switching into Hydras fairly soon after this. But there's a lot of Zealots. They don't have +1. The Forge was heavily delayed, so he doesn't have any upgrades. But this is still a relatively scary amount of Zealots. Now, can he break through? That is the question. There's so many units here. The Zealots are quite low on health. I don't think he's going to be able to get in and do any damage here, but he has forced some more Lings out. He will manage to run in and see the fact there's probably Hydras on the way as well, and he's going to see there's no lair. But even then, it's going to be close. So he gets in, sees no lair, doesn't get any damage done, and SquaLL does an incredible job defending those. Now we do have the 4th hatchery coming up here to form a semi-wall in at the natural. We've got a lot of cannons coming in. Dewalt knows what's coming. This map isn't the best to build cannons just because of the awkward angle that your cannons need to be built at. But looks like Dewalt is going to manage to hold on at the very least for the time being. Now does SquaLL continue to go all in? Nope, he chooses to build a lair. He is going to expand, but whoa. He's going to go up to a 5th and 6th hatchery behind this. And he is going to look to head into the mid game with some macro. But he has forced a ton of cannons, which is putting Dewalt at a pretty awkward position now. Of course, Dewalt with his Corsair out, gonna start killing some overlords, be really annoying to deal with. Gonna supply block SquaLL, but SquaLL, who wasn't looking to go for a Hydra all in, is not gonna be worried too much, I don't think. But of course he doesn't want to keep losing Hydras. He will not get the Forge either, so the late upgrade will be able to finish, which is incredibly important. We've got the Citadel coming in, 4 gateways being added on before the Templar Archives. Now, 2 Zealots actually managed to get out of the base and over here. I don't know if... were these the 2 Zealots from before? No, they weren't. How did he get out of his base? I guess he ran out the top or something, and SquaLL just didn't have his units in the right place. But Zealot getting 1 kill in the natural, the Zealot in the main gonna go down, but the Corsairs getting more Overlord kills. This Zealot getting 2 kills, 3 kills. Can he get a 4th? 1 more hit, 4 kills. Nicely done. The Corsairs get another Overlord, I think, but he does lose one of his Corsairs, but he's getting another Overlord. SquaLL was in a good spot, but Dewalt is starting to pick him apart here with so few units. This is very impressive by Dewalt here, but droning up is SquaLL. Losing those drones not going to be causing a big deal. He does have enough Hydras to kind of stop Dewalt from running across the map, and with no Storm, Dewalt isn't really going to be going anywhere anytime soon, but we are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 gateways off of the 2 bases here. The lack of Templar Archives is confusing me a little bit. You do need Templar Archives and Storm eventually. Now it looks like we do have some Zealots moving out, breaking into the natural, and breaking their way out to go for a little bit of aggression here. Can he manage to break through? Zerg Extractor coming up at the nat. No 3rd gas at the moment as well, but we do have a Devolution Chamber coming in. Interestingly, not building it here to finish this wall, but I guess he doesn't... well, he wants some SimCity over here as well. The good thing about where this is the eggs also help create SimCity, so that's pretty good for him. Dewalt, of course, pushing forward with these Zealots, not really finding any damage so far, but this 3rd base is looking mighty vulnerable right now. Finally, the Templar Archives is coming in, but let's keep an eye on these Zealots. Can he break through? There are lurkers here already, but it's not... oh my god, it doesn't burrow quick enough. Could this be enough Zealots to break through? The Zealots quite low on health here, but they are high in numbers. There is a single lurker that does manage to burrow, but not before the Zealots get a ton of damage on SquaLL's army here. Trading away the Zealots for Hydras like this, maybe not the best move, but it is going to thin out the army numbers. It's going to allow him to keep his supply lead. The Corsairs, of course, got in, didn't do anything, and have flown away. But that does push SquaLL's army back a little bit. Makes it a little bit harder for SquaLL to run across and get a lurk and contain. Looks like Dewalt wants to kill this lurker before it can burrow. Can he make it happen? Zealots coming in from the other angle as well. He's pushing the lurker away. The lurker burrows, but he burrows far away from where he could get contained. And that is going to make Dewalt a very happy bunny in this game. We've got more Zealots coming around. Looks like the lack of Templar Archives was so he could go mass Zealot. And is this going to work? It's such a strong army. +1 is done now, so the Zealots are killing everything incredibly fast. And the 3rd is evacuated now. The drones are away. Looks like he's going back for more drones. He knows that they're transferring back. And it looks like he's going to run away to fight another day. The second group of Zealots going to be heading up into the natural here. 2 of them sitting in the natural, 3 heading into the main. Spire has been scouted, But looks like the Zealot's going to do a ton of damage here in the natural Zealot. There is Zealots everywhere right now on this map. This is ridiculous by Dewalt. Dewalt is doing so good. Drones going to be completely safe here at the third. But the drones in the main are under fire. They've run away. And the Spire is going to get cancelled here. Dewalt with a fantastic pick-off on that tech. Going to make his Corsairs even stronger. Zealot in the natural killed 5 drones. Oh my goodness. SquaLL still has a high drone count, but he's in such a weird position. We've got Overlords of Speed. Do they have drop? I don't believe so. But this is such a well-played game by Dewalt so far. His army is so big. The aggression has been constant. Armor upgrades coming in after +1 attack. So he's going for 1, 2. So he's going for armor +2 first. That's kind of a more common approach. I've seen a lot of the Protoss players take as well. Now, Dewalt does have Storm. He's got 4 Storms available. Nearly 8 Storms. Depending on, by the time his High Templar get over here, he should have the 8 Storms. Does he have a big enough army to kill what SquaLL has? SquaLL has been heavily droning to make up for the losses he had before. And that makes this push, this timing, even stronger. Now, there's not actually that many lurkers here, so there's no big deal if he loses his Observer. He only has 1, so he does have to be careful. But looks like he's seen enough to think, I'm not going to push here. I'm going to go back, and I'm not going to worry about too much. Going back is the thinking man's game. Looks like he is going to take a 3rd base, and that is going to put him incredibly ahead over SquaLL, who is going to struggle to take a 4th gas against Dewalt here. A lot of lurkers coming in. This is obviously going to help out quite a bit. Only 1 observer with the army so far, though. And the one problem Dewalt will have is if he pushes, it's going to leave him open to a counter, which is something he doesn't really have the units or even the cannons anymore, as he had to kill some of his cannons to deal with. So Dewalt gonna just patrol his army up and down for the time being, looking to see if he can catch any stray unit movement. He doesn't actually have that much vision on the map, so he's a little bit blind as to what his opponent's doing. A little bit of a scary time this part of the game for Protoss. He doesn't actually have a Storm upgrade, which is why he turned around. But that should be finishing now. He will have 2 Storms on all of his High Templar. I think Dewalt actually maybe forgot his upgrade, because that is very late. +2 armor should kick in as he does this as well. So this is a very nice timing attack. Very nice spreading on the lurkers though. This is going to make it very difficult to push in. Lurkers at the back as well, if he can get those up with the front lurkers to help defend. He's going to be looking at a pretty good spot, but I think Dewalt may actually have enough to bust here. +2 armor, about to finish. This should finish as the... Actually, I want to check this. Oh, I shouldn't check it now, should I? There we go. He is pushing in. Let's see what he can do. +2 armor isn't done, but he's going in. This is kind of the anti-timing for his upgrades. +2 armor has just finished. Nice Storms on the front lurkers. Nice Storms on the Hydras at the back as well. But some of these High Templar are going to go down. Storm at the front as well. Gets one of the lurkers before it can burrow. That is going to be a dead lurker very soon. SquaLL's army not looking very big at the moment. Dewalt's army looking massive. Nothing but goons and Templar now. There's a couple of Zealots here, but this should be enough. The amount of Storm energy, so good. GG. Dewalt wins game number 4, wins the series for iRk, and he has a very impressive victory once again in PvZ. So let's add this victory for iRk. Let's head on over to the results screen. That is another 4-0 victory on the table for iRk. This is the 4th series in a row. They have won 4-0. They are 16-0 in the group stage as we head in to the halfway mark. Very, very impressive from them. They are a very strong team. They are 100% the strongest team outside of Korea, especially with Net Wars not being around as well, and Net Wars losing Bonnet as well. It's kind of put iRk at the top. Obviously, Seoul do have their foreign roster in BWCL as well. But still, an amazing played series. So many well-played games by iRk. Ash did well as well, but iRk, unfortunately for Ash, did better on the day. That's going to be the 8th series in a row Bash have lost against iRk, unfortunately. And that one is going to sting just a little bit. But that's going to be it for me for today. Thank you for tuning in. Please head on over to the Matcherino link and click the claim code button to add 30 cents to the prize pool completely free, courtesy of our sponsors Matcherino. And another huge thank you to Esports Fund as well for sponsoring. If you want to donate to the prize pool, you can over at Matcherino, and that will be very, very helpful. We're looking to get $2,500 this season if we can. That would be very, very nice to do. So thank you once again for tuning in. I know not many people tuned in today, but we weren't on Team Liquid, so not many people knew. And once again, thank you very, very much. I will see you guys on Monday for the start of week 5. Have a very good weekend, everyone. Later. If you're watching this, you're watching the STPL. Hopefully you've been enjoying what you've seen so far. If you want to help me make more STPL content to bring more tournaments to you, please support us on Patreon, which you can find up here. And also, there's so many different things you can get through Patreon. One of the main and one of the easiest ones to get is, of course, access to all of the replays of the STPL so far. We've had some amazing games, such as some of the games you can see just over here.